Wish I had like intro music or some stupid shit like that. What's up, creepers? And Geekers Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? We are on a mission to make a thing happen. So this actually started yesterday, a couple days ago. I got a 3-pack of skulls, excuse me, at a Party City that's closing. And they were $2.75 after tax. And I'd been looking for just a cheap skull with no bottom jaw for this very project. And I before anyone who's into Warhammer comes in here, and I'll probably say this 100 times. Shoot, I should probably go get that trash can. But I don't know anything about Warhammer. What I do know is I was watching this group of individuals do endalz challenge builds, that kind of a thing. And one of them made a Servo skull from Warhammer, 40K or whatever the hell it's called. And I fell in love with it. So I researched what they were, and I've been wanting to build one of these for a long time. Again, I don't know anything about it. I watched a few videos on the lore of it. It's my understanding that these were servants that were so good in life that they continued on in death. Some people say it's a blessing or whatever, it's an honor. I guess others say it's they're not too pleased with the idea, but fuck it, whatever. You're forced to even come to work after you die. That's just my kind of employment situation. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I went down a little rabbit hole looking at these things, and I started building the other day. But somebody said yesterday morning in a video, it was over on the Ticker Talks. They said having a plan without a plan is like taking a shit without toilet paper. And I'll be damned if I shouldn't have taken that advice yesterday. I ended up cutting most of the skull apart to the point where it was just, there was no way it was going back together. So I just abandoned the plan. There was this big section of a Nerf gun that was trying to seat in here for the eye, And I cut and I kept cutting and I kept cutting. I tried to, it just didn't work. But this was on it originally too. But it didn't seat in here as well. Again, I just went with it. So I just kind of glued it in and left it there. And it would have worked, but there was like this huge gap here and this huge gap over here and the same over here. So with the new skull, I took my time, I heated up the eye socket, and I seated this where I wanted it. I wanted it a little bit off, because visually, your mind wants to see the eyes going like this. And it's either going to look cockeyed or it's going to give kind of like that same, I guess, uncomfortable sense of uncanny valley. I don't know. So what I did is I heated up the socket and I sat that in there the way I wanted it. I let it cool. And then I super glued in here. I put some hot glue. There was like a hollowed out end here. So what I ended up doing was putting a glue stick in it. And then some hot glue in the socket. And I just met them together with super glue around here. And then last night, I don't know if you can see that, but I did some epoxy putty work. On the inside, there was a small gap here. And there was a small gap right there. So, yeah. So that's all we've done. We've cleaned up the seams. Actually, it was really only one big one. I do eventually have to work on the teeth. I'm thinking about just pressing this in using heat. And then getting some epoxy putty inside of here so I can sculpt out just like little indentions in between the teeth just to give it a little bit more realism. And I did put a little bit of extra putty I had right here. It looked like it had a camel knuckle. It was kind of turning me on. So I filled it in. And there was a little hole there, so I filled in the hole. So what I'm planning on doing today, and by the way, don't attempt any of this because I am not a professional. I'm going to do some pretty shady stuff here. So this is not a how-to. This is a chat while I'm building something. I kind of need a distraction today. And I figured I'd take you along with it. And I actually have this thing set up. I got like a ring light that I got at Five Below a long time ago on an actual tripod. My tripod stick that I use for selfies and you know, out and about taking videos. I taped my webcam too, so I get all these things hanging over here. I feel like I'm in a fucking studio, guys. I'm professional. So I want to put this thing on the bottom of it. And I don't know if you could tell the color scheme. One of you rad cats, I don't know if he even still watches anymore, but he gave me a bag of action figure parts. And I've been slowly working on this one mech. I can't remember what game it came from. Ironically, it's going into another prop that's probably a completely different game. But this was like the hip and spinal, you know. And what I'm thinking about doing is taking this hump right here, my lovely humps, my lovely lady lumps. Check it out. I'm going to heat it up, and I'm just going to press this into it, much like I did with the eye. I'm just going to press it right on in. And then I'm going to glue around the edges with Super, and then I'm going to hit this with E6000. And that way, not only, instead of just cutting this, I'll have so much surface to attach it to, because this plastic fucking hates glue, it hates paint. But I have an adhesion promoter on it, and of course we'll use plastic primer after, and then filler primer. Blah, 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 blah. So, oh my God. We have peoples in the chat. Use those teeth in your head. How about you go fuck your mother? All right.
Forget that. Forget all of that.
Where's my torch? Where's my torch? Where the fuck is my torch? I brought my torch in. There it is. Ironically, we're going to be using one of these for the fucking thing too, right? We're going to be using one as a weapon. You know, every guy who makes out of trash has a few signature pieces. Mine is pepper grinder tips from McCormick. And I use these. I have one of these on a Stormtrooper helmet. I have these on a custom figure I made. I'm going to be putting one of these on there. You just easily just remove it. It's fucking great. So, let me heat this shit up here. Yeah. I got a window open over here, by the way, so if you choose to do this, make sure you have fucking ventilation. There we go. See, it's starting to do its fucking thing. It's starting to be like, oh, I'm getting weak. I'm getting weak. Make sure it's straight. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, you know what I never did? I never got my hot glue gun going. Oh, my God, that worked out perfect. I'm just going to leave that be for now. Yeah, let me get rid of this fucking punk. You know, there's some guys you just like to slap. I'll just fucking hide them. There we go. There we go. Let me get back to over here. Back to over here. Yeah, let me get my hot glue gun fired up. I don't have much room here, so I got a fucking trash barrel on my ankle. Here we go. Fire it up. Fire it up. You know, I've never been a big fan of the Crow. I always thought it was a little pretentious. You know, I honestly thought it was one of those movies that, like, goth kids would fucking revere, but, like, most people would watch it, enjoy it, like I did, and then move on. But, I think because of the unfortunate events of Brandon Lee's passing, I think it got a little too hyped. I haven't seen the remake or the sequel, or whatever the fuck it is they just came out with just a little bit ago. Nor do I probably ever care to. Wow, that worked out amazing. I could use a little more on this side. Ooh, that didn't take long. Shit, Chris, come on, pay attention. I didn't get it in time. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. All right, let me... Boo-doo-doo, boo-doo-boo. All right, never mind. I was gonna change the view, but I guess I just didn't set things up the way I might have. Maybe, perhaps in another life. There we go. I just need to be a little assertive with it. Wow, what a great look that's gonna be. Can you see the lip? And it's got like a spinal feature already. You know what I'm really excited about? I just got a whole bunch of this free on the marketplace. One of the, the town has one of those pages where, everything's free. You can either post shit you want to get rid of, or snag a couple things that might tickle your fucking fancy. This lady was getting rid of that, and I was like, yoinks. Yoinks. All right. Where are my adhesives? It's funny. I have this here for this specific reason. You know what? This skull is the most pain in the ass skull I have ever worked with. I can't get it to sit straight in any fucking way, shape, or form. Here we go. Fuck this skull. Fuck this skull. There we go. Watch. Oh, it didn't move. So we're gonna use a little bit of E6000, a little bit of super glue, a little bit of super glue, boop boop kachoo. I don't really have that much super glue left, so we might be firing up the. I have the hot glue gun right here, but we might be relying on that for a few things here and there. I just want to get a nice big blob of E6000 on this bad Larry. Alright, and then hopefully not glue the cap back onto it. I did that once. Too many times. I've done that one too many times. Alright, let's I'm one of those guys that spreads the glue with the fucking cap, so what ends up happening is I get this layer on the end of it, so it takes forever for the glue to come out. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's glue it up. So I'm gonna just go like this and kind of slide it in to get that E6000 to really spread its wings and fly. Maybe I should do this. There we go. Bring this in a little bit. Because I'm going to end up doing this a lot, so sorry guys. DJC, what's going on? Does this make the mouth open or close? I'm surprised it's not making your fucking jaw drop. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I'm just gonna hold this for a little while. We're gonna get to get nice close up and personal here. I'm gonna hold on to it like I would my own, I'm gonna try to keep the colors of that thing glued onto the eye and this here. When we finally get to the paint stage. Oh no, I'm stuck to it. So that's one thing, man. If you don't stick yourself to the prop at least once during a build, I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing with yourself here. So I'm just gonna sneak a little bit of glue up in that little crevice there. In fact, I'm gonna sneak a little bit more. And get in there. And you know what? My hot glue gun seems to always be way too hot. My skeleton jaw is hitting the ground. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for stopping in, man. Thanks for stopping in. Probably going to be on for a little while doing this. We're going to do some sculpting on it. Yeah, that's kind of crooked. Fuck me running. But you know what? There we go. It's on there. You know what? I kind of want to heat this up and shift it. God damn it. It gives the skull a kind of a cool look. I don't know. Let me see if I can't just manipulate it a little bit. There we go. I'll just fill the rest with epoxy putty, so it looks natural. Oh, you know what I didn't bring over here? My spray bottle. I have a water spray bottle. I used to spritz the inside of my snake's tank every morning. Once in the afternoon. There we go. Why didn't you wait for it to cool off before you put hot glue in there? I don't know. That's the beauty of working in this scale. You can just blob shit all over the place. You can fix it later. It's easy. Like that guy's mom that was just here. I know who it is. I know who he is. He's a sad, pathetic little girl who fucking gossips for a hobby. Alright, we're going to leave it like that. Excuse me while I go grab a spray bottle. Speaking of the snake, he's out and about. He's probably wondering what's going on with all the light today. I'm telling you, I got a real setup going. In fact, I'll put a picture of it in my community tab right now. while that cures. Yeah, it's a little cockeyed, but you know what? It gives it some visual interest. That's prop making for we fucked up, but we're gonna just leave it be. We're gonna leave it be. Let me go into my community post. Get rid of that text message because that person can eat my butt. My butt. Here we go. What is today's date? Today's the 13th. I start school again tomorrow. There we go. It's posted up there if you want to see what my setup looks like. I start school again tomorrow. I'll be done late March. Late March. It's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be awesome. I have a giant tub full of just little this, that's, and the others. The next thing we're going to have to attach, let me put this aside for now, is this came off of a shampoo bottle. I just cut it. I mean, it was already raised here, so I literally just cut it around, and then I had to, with my Dremel this morning outside, because I don't want to use power tools in the house, you know. I made it so it would go over the socket. Jesus, I can't remember that you're facing this way now. And then I have this, which is from, I believe, a mayonnaise bottle. I believe, yeah, it was on this way, and you'd open up and go, but that's going to go over it too. And then we're eventually going to probably put a, where is it? Do I have it over here? There's like this little eyeball lens thing I have for one of those fake security cameras that you tell kids, you know, Santa's watching. Oh, man. Parents these days are fucking lazy and sick as fuck. My mom told me, saying, oh, it's right here in front of me. You know, it's got this little eyeballs thing here. And there would be an LED in this hole blinking. I mean, this is literally just a piece of clear plastic. There's nothing behind it. And there never was. But there was a little red light here that would blink. In fact, I might actually get another one of these for that blinking light. It's a great way to get a nice blinking light for your prop for $1, and it you know, increases the visual interest. But what I'm thinking about doing is just cutting this little deal here off, because it looks like it would socket in here just fine. So we're just gonna have to cover the lens with some liquid latex when we go to spray this with paint, so we don't cover it up. But yeah, so the next thing on the agenda is to adhere this thing. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of epoxy putty and put it around the edges of this, because it's really not a lot of surface to you know, attach glue to. And if I use super glue, I would obviously have to put it on the skull first, but I can always, you know, scrape and clean it later and then put some epoxy putty there to lock it in place. But I don't know. So I think I have the epoxy putty over here. I left it rough on purpose so it has something to give or grab onto. And I'll just use it like a paste to hold it on. Put a couple of drops of super glue in some spots just to make sure it, you know, it's got something to grab onto, and it just holds it in place while everything else is starting to cure. And there's going to be a gap right here. And what I'm actually thinking about doing, and you'll see after we put this together, so I'm actually thinking about grabbing a bundle of wires and just making it so it's like a little exposed, almost like C-3PO's belly, you know. But let me scuff this up. Where's my 220? Where's my fucking 220? God damn it, where is it? Where is my sandpaper? I really want you now, my sandpaper. I don't know. Alright, I'll just use this rough motherfucker. We'll just have to use a little extra Bondo spot putty. But this is so that the glue will attach to that thing too. We gotta seal that. We gotta close it up, and I think I'll just use hot glue. I don't have much super glue going on. Let's see what we got. Meet me in the game room. What's going on, man? Good morning, Creep. Just watched your flux capacitor video. Very cool, man. Great paint job. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You guys want to see some rad production quality? Go check this guy out. Go check this guy out. Alright, let me make sure this is solid. This is secure and it's not going anywhere. You know what? That's good enough for fucking government work. Actually, you know what? That's going to help out a great deal. It's not going to help you see anything, though. Oh, you sister's twat. You dirty bastard. Alright, so we're going to need to put the putty here and here. And then a little bit down here. And then what I'll do is I'll put a bead of super glue on the outside of it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we won't do that. Maybe I will do the hot glue thing. No, let me get some putty up. Let me grind this down a little bit so we have something for it to grab onto too. Again, I sprayed this whole thing with adhesion promoter. It's an automotive thing that they use for like plastics and stuff. And I do have a clear plastic primer that will go on top of all of this. So let's see, what do we got? So this is the start of the basic idea. And then we're gonna put that on there afterwards. So you'll have this really cool shape on the side, you know. So let me think. Should I just go fucking hot glue for right now? I'm gonna have to think about this one. Fuck, I don't know. Billy Ho, what's going on, bro? Well, I didn't mean to rhyme there. I did not mean that one little bit. All right, you know what? I'm just going to do the hot glue. Just right here and right here. That's it. And right here. There we go. 3 spots. Beep beep beep. Beep beep beep. Beep beep beep. Beep beep beep. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it bathe in it for a little bit, and then I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something a little unconventional afterwards. I'm gonna be Sneaky Pete McGee, and like I said, there's a gap here. And once this is cured, I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of super glue so it stays, obviously. And I'm gonna pour some super glue in here and let it drip into the bottom, and it'll hopefully grab right here and hold it even better. And then we will use epoxy putty to smooth it later on, so or maybe right after this. And then I can sand it down. It'll blend it in perfectly. You'll never even see a seam. I'm just going to sit back, eat some spicy ramen noodles, and relax to the creep. Right on, man. I appreciate that. I genuinely appreciate that. All right. What do we got here? We got... you know what? I am going to do a little more. Oh, my goodness gracious. You got to stick this in the hole. Aye. Yeah. Now you might be tempted to spritz it with that spritz bottle that I brought over here, but don't. Don't do it. Wow, I shaved that perfectly. I'm not going to sit here and try to toot my own horn. But for the love of God. And you know what's also helping? The heat of the hot glue. I meant to say that earlier. My hot glue, for some reason, omits way too much heat for the glue. I mean, it fucking liquefies it. Which helps out a lot of times, but a lot of other times, not so much. All right. There we go. Got a nice layer of super glue there. We'll wait for that to solidify. Again, the eyes are going to be a little bit off because I want that little uncanny valley, you know? But you also got to remember, they just kind of whip these things together out of some servant's skull. Yeah, it's pretty good, right? Pretty good. Cool. Wait a minute. There's no way. Hold on. Okay, 5 viewers. I saw this 19. I'm like, what is that? I'll put on the right number. Oh. So once this is somewhat cured, I'm going to leave it alone and let the... All right, that sometime is right fucking now. Shit, I don't know how I'm going to keep this upright. Well, we'll have to figure it out, right? Let me get the Jason Sculpty cup here. This is what I keep my sculpting tools in. I have way, and I mean it, way too many. Oh, that works perfectly. I just have it leaned up like this, if you care to know. Look at hey, man, this thing is paying dividends. It's paying dividends. Now we gotta mess with this fucking thing. I mean, you're not gonna ever be able to see it, because I am going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real. And nothing to get hung about. You're not going to be able to see it because it's going to be painted. It's going to be painted. I should have done all this stuff ahead, huh? No, then what would you be watching, you know? I really wish I could find my 220 roll. I had this little rolled up thing like this of 220. Oh, it's on the floor. Because I really don't want to work through these fucking big scratches later on. 220 is like that nice... You know, it's like the start of finishing. You get everything ready for finish, then you hit the finish, and then you don't finish because you tend to start projects and never finish them. By the way, that steering wheel, we will be working on that here soon. We will be doing part 2, and then in part 3 we will be adding the really cool radio, and I have a really fun surprise for that. I have a really fun surprise. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a ton of just hot glue right here. And then go like that and let it seep. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's the ticket. Anything else going on in the chat? No. There is no chat. You know what? Maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I should just go straight up glue here. No. No, we'll do what I was going to say. We'll do it over here. In hopes that it works. Right, so what I'm doing is, right here is where it closes. And I just squirted some glue in there. I'm going to hold it at an angle so that it basically bridges over the two, you know. And again, my hot glue fucking liquefies like almost instantly. All right, that's starting to firm up. I'm going to do the same thing over here. You can kind of see it right there, I hope. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to just coerce it. Coerce. Yeah, coerce. I don't know. I'm doing compelled movement. Compelled movement. To secure the lid. And I'll do the same thing to the hinge, so this hinge can't work anymore. Alright, yeah, baby. And then just for a little security, I'm going to put there's like a little indent here. I'm just going to fill it with some glue. Where is my baking powder? No, seriously, what did I do with my baking powder, man? Oh well. Alright, so I'm going to spread that across the seam. And if you'll excuse me, baking powder, where are you? Seriously, oh, here it is. I had a little cup of baking powder right here. I'm right here, sir. Thank you, Governor. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. So the baking powder, if my super glue hasn't set yet, oh, I'll just pinch it in. Once it touches super glue, it solidifies instantly and becomes sandable within seconds. Just don't touch it. I know I just did this, but I wasn't touching where the glue is. Again, remember, there's like a little indent here. And I was just brushing around it. Get the excess off of it. And then sometimes people will put another layer of super glue over it. But yeah, that's an old school modeling trick for filling holes and gaps and stuff like that. Ah, your sister's a twat. Alright, let's give it hell. Go on. Yeah, this is a big enough hole. That's what she said. I don't know. And well, there's more than enough glue for me to do this. Alright, where is it? Get my glasses. Let's see. Time to bake a cake. Go make a cake, brother. What's the occasion? Is it your birthday or anything? I haven't really been on Facebook much today. I did post a funny meme, though. The governor of California and Biden looking like Beavis and Butthead. It was humorous. It gave me the old har 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 har. In a very bipartisan kind of way. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna fucking brush it. I'm just gonna let it get hard. It's like Viagra for super glue, you know? As a matter of fact, I believe there's a video out there talking about this old school thing called Get Hard Instantly or something like that. I don't know. Can't remember can't remember. There we go. That'll do it. That will definitely do it. You know what? There's a little spot inside the rear hinge. I could put a drop of the Super's glue in there. And that'll prevent this from opening at all. Even if it's fucking unsealed. It'll just lock it. Maybe I should have just done that to begin with. Yeah, and I'll put a blob of it on this end. And then guess what? Baking soda. Now, if you do spread glue, you'll notice I use a lot of my not index finger. Sometimes I'll use my index because I know I'm about to pinch the the powder, right? You don't want to dip your finger in baking powder if you have super glue that's wet on your finger because it will fucking burn and it sticks to you, and you will get a small chemical burn. So you'll notice I'll do the glue like this, and I'll grab the, I do use my fingers for the glue too. I mean, there's shit all over my fingers. But when I'm doing this, I'm being mindful of that because guess what? I've done it. I've done it more times than I would care to admit, and it fucking hurts. Oh, God, does it hurt. I think there was a small blob of super glue on the table. And there we go. Now, my question is, now that this is probably all set up, do I do the putty now? Because this is going to go on here too. So that's going to happen. And I think I'm going to leave the gap. I'm just going to clean up on the inside. I think that looks great, actually. Once there's paint on this, it'll make a whole lot more sense. Because I know there are people out there that like the parts are the sum of the whole, where others the whole is the sum of the parts. And I hopefully that made a little bit of sense to somebody out there. All right, so I'm going to do that same little. Let's see if the hot glue will travel where I want it. Right here. The worst case scenario, I got popsicle sticks, so I can kind of compel its movement. There we go. We got it. We got this by the ass. Hello, Bill Paxton. Oh, man. Oh, what do we got going on here? No, I meant on your baking powder. Oh, DJC, come on, man. You got to remember, I am not bright and my memory fades all the time. That's fucking funny, though. Baking powder. I got pulled over once, all right? So I got this fucking hankering to make oatmeal cookies once. This is fucking years ago, 90s probably still. I had the long hair and everything because I was still in a band. I think we were on a break from fucking touring up and down the East Coast, but I got the hankering for fucking cooking. So I didn't have a lot of the ingredients. I didn't have the baking powder soda. I didn't have, I think some cinnamon or brown sugar. I ran out of brown sugar. So I called my sister-in-law the next town over. I'm like, hey, do you have these items? Can I have a cup of this and a half a cup of that? She's like, yeah, come on over. So I ran over, and of course they're in fucking Ziploc baggies, right? And I'm rushing home because my battery is starting to go bad, I'm sure. And of course I got fucking pulled over. Not even thinking. They're on the fucking seat. Not a big deal, right? And this guy's like, are you out of your fucking mind? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you just going to leave those right fucking there for me to find? I'm like, dude, I'm making cookies. They're for cookies. I don't get into the devil's dandruff, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm letting it do the same thing here. But I'm actually thinking about just jamming a bunch of wires in here, looking like it's going in the same direction as the plastic piece. You see how it's kind of protruding a little out there? I think that would give it a really cool look. Again, like C-3PO's belly. It's kind of like exposed with wires and shit. Except it would just be a clump. It's just going to be a big clump of wire. I think that's the ticket. And then we'll just seal it off with some putty. Alright, this one I am going to spritz. You don't want to spritz too much because it could make the glue harden too quick, and then it just comes right off. It just becomes a rubber blob. I mainly have this here in case I burn my fucking hands. I could just spritz myself because I get hot glue on my fingertips all the time. It's fucking crazy. Meet Me in the Game Room says, have you tried CA glue? Yeah, that's what super glue is. I, as a luthier, I try to call myself that. As a guy who works on guitars, I used to have actually a whole bunch of different CA glues and kicker spray. I had some glues that were thick, and other super glues that were so thin. You just need this tiny little, and you just put a little bit, and it just finds its way where it needs to go. Beautiful shit. I used to get it from this place called Stumac. Stewart and McDonald. Sounds like a Scottish fucking lawyer. Stewart McDonald. Yeah, McDonald's Scottish, right? Not Irish? I don't know. McWhack Paddywhack. I was named Callahan at one time. But yeah, no, CA glue, super glue. Then there's the spray cures. I didn't even finish reading your comment. My apologies, my man. Very useful for quick gluing up. Yeah, no, I did. And as a matter of fact, I used to work for a place called Artisan Craftsman Supply, and we used to get that in by the the case. And every time we would get them, I'd get a couple. But I just been lazy about picking things up, and to be perfectly honest with you, I just haven't had the expendable cash to go shut that the fuck off. I don't know why she insists on this shit. Oh, you know what it is? It's from our power company. They're freaking out because I guess every 7 years, Massachusetts law dictates that you have to have your meter replaced. And I scheduled a time with them. They came 2 days later. Fuck them. I'll call them when I'm good and ready to give them some of my time. Give them my time. I also have, I don't know, you know what? While this is gluing up, and I'm going to let it like completely glue up. Let me put it over here for now. Show you some of the stuff that we're going to be working with here. And this is a small bucket. This is a small bucket. I got 2 big bins of just crap I've been saving. This is what I was trying to show you earlier, the torch head. I got one of these on the side of a Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet that I'm still working on. I have 2 of these together around the back of the neck of an action figure I just finished, a 12-inch action figure. I use these in a lot of things. They're just great. When I'm done with them, I take them apart, I hang on to them. In fact, I still have a couple of the bodies, because this might actually go into the back of the skull, almost like a vacuum tube. I thought that was a cool look. Or, just have that sticking out. Whatever. This is the rest of the thing that's on his eye right now that looks alike. I just snipped it right off and hung on to it. I got wheels from a Final Faction automobile. I got a couple of these that came off of the microwave I took apart. And all the cables and wires. And this is actually from the microwave too, so we'll be using that. This was an idea that I originally had with a piece that was going to go on the side. And I was going to cut this out and put a battery pack in there so I can easily swap the batteries, But we're not going to use the thing that this sits in, so back in the big Greeley box it goes. I'm going to probably trim this down a little bit. It's from a droid car. And then, heat it up and just put it on the, on the forehead, on the forehead to give it some kind of a, I don't know, this is from the whatever of whatever. That's going to look sick. I won't put that on until the end because I don't want to get any paint on it. But it's got a coil on it. I'm telling you, that sounds sick. That's going to look fucking rad. I mean, we're not going to obviously finish this today. But I even have, a leg bone here. That's going to be used as part of the stand to hold it. It's going to be stuck into something on the side or the back. And it's going to look great. It's going to look fucking great, man. I'm going to get a bit of mohawk with, I call these diabetes sticks. With diabetes nipples. Trilicity. It's on the pen. You pull this off, and then I have a ton of these. But I'm not on the medicines no more, so I don't need it. So I guess I'm glad I saved as many as I did. Where is my super glue? Where is my super glue? All right, where is my glasses so I can see the chat? Oh my God, I'm neglecting you guys like fucking hella. Sorry. I feel like a fucking jagoff. Here we go. But yeah, no, going back to you, meet me in the game room. Yeah, CA glue and kicker. I've fucking been using that shit for years. I've just been lazy and too broke. I'm enjoying a few lines right now while watching. Okay. I kid. Yeah, whatever, dude. Ever since the tab went away, you gotta find some way to get your kick in the morning, huh? Fucking doing some rails, playing some, whatever. Meet me in the game room says, I've seen those thin super glues, but never used them. They're really great, and you know what I used to use them for? Refretting jobs. Just the tiniest little drop in the fret slot. Perfect. It's perfect. You just and it spreads itself out. It's almost like if you've ever worked on models, they make liner paint, and it's literally just really watered down dark colors. And let's say you have a model of the Millennium Falcon, you just put it on this one. There'll be like a line carved into the plastic, and it will just follow that. And then you can kind of tap it and make it a little as darker light as you want. It's pretty cool. Alan, what's going on, bud? Hey, George Games, what's going on, man? Creepy screams. He's screaming my name. Jesus, man, relax, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. So, there we go. We got that on there. And I'm actually pretty content with how... Actually, I'm legitimately shocked by how locked on that is. Oh my God, watch this. I shouldn't have done that, but all right. What's the next? We need to figure out this flipping thing. I mean, the beauty of it is, whatever glue I use, did I? Yeah, I did. I don't need to put it anywhere but like right here. And then even if this is a little bit cockeyed, I can, while it sets, kind of give it a little adjustments here and there. I think this is a job for hot glue. Let's make it happen. I'm going to put a little bit right here. Like right at the very tippy tip again, to let it run down a little bit. To give it a little something. Almost like as it's grabbing the socket, it's spreading the glue. And I'm going to put a little on the outside of the socket here. Yeah, I realize I got this neck thing I can hold it by now. That's going to make it so fucking convenient, kid. Oh, yeah, fucking yeah. Oh, yeah, all over your eye. That's my favorite place to shoot it. All right, we're going to do it this way. Because I don't think the hinge on the bottom will look as bad as putting a hinge on the top. And again, I will do some sneaky Pete McGee, and I will shoot some glue in the little gap that's underneath this, which we will be keeping. That's pretty fucking cool. And locking it in that way, too. Oh my goodness, this is going to look sick as fuck. Just make sure we're where we need to be. You know what? I'm going to sneak a little more in here. Just to hold it in there. And the great thing is even if there's too much glue here and it looks weird, I can always just put a little doohickey here. That's the great thing about these. They're like biomechanical. You just fucking stick something metal on it and be like, yeah, that does a thing. It does a thing that makes the stuffs happen, you know? There's a Gretsch Tennessee hanging behind me that needs the binding fix. What's the glue to use? There's a, it's, oh my, is it 65? Actually, let me just go on the website now. I think it's what they call D65 or something like that. Stu-Mac binding glue. Unless you want to use fish glue, which is probably your best bet, actually, considering what year did you say it was? What? Yeah, is it 60s, Gretsch? 50s? Fish glue, but I would use. Let me see what they got for different super glues. I'm pretty sure it's a 65. Pretty sure it's a 65. Stu-Mac super glue. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the Fretboard conditioner. So you get 10, 20, and it goes up from there. I would probably use... Ooh, because you can get it amber too. It would depend on the finish of the guitar. But I would use their thin. They're thin. 10? Number 10? Yeah. 65 is the Dunlop. The Dunlop fretboard oil. I'm sorry, man. Wow. I need a 62? Is that what it is? Either way, I'm sorry. I'm barely drinking my coffee this morning. And I haven't had breakfast. Yeah, that's a bummer, huh? All right. I'm pretty confident that that's not going anywhere. So, let's squirt some in here. Oh. Filling up with my hot glue. My hot glue. All right. But yeah, you know what? The fish glue would probably be your best bet. It's not that expensive, but it's expensive if you think to yourself, how often am I going to fucking use it? It's a 62. Okay, yeah, that's what you're talking about, not the Dunlop. That's probably fish glue or it's hide glue. You don't want to fuck around with hide glue. Hide glue requires like heating pots and all kinds of stuff. And if I remember correctly, the fish glue that they have in a tab, you use like an acid brush, you know, and then you just wipe it up with alcohol afterwards, like after you get the binding. And don't get tricked into buying all kinds of fancy fucking binding clamps and crap like that. You can use painter's tape, a low-tack painter's tape to hold it in place. Make sure you use like a heat gun carefully to... The first thing you want to do... Oh, wait a minute. You're just gluing it back on, huh? So you don't need to use a heat gun. Yeah, just a little bit of glue. Make sure you clean up the back of the binding the best you can. And the inside of the seat for the binding. Just don't take too much material away. And then just brush in some of that glue. Put some tape on it. Hold it for 24 hours, if not even longer. And just leave it be for a little bit. But make sure you clean up, you know, before it starts to harden and all that. All right, look at that. You know what? While I'm up here, I see a gap. I can squirt some of this in there. This is a great brand of super glue, too. It's common. But this shit kicks ass. You know? Super glue's a pain in the ass to work with, but if you get the right stuff, it's fucking phenomenal. Yeah, we're going to have to put some putty in here just to secure it, but it's got a really cool look. I don't know if you can see where it sockets onto the skull. But it looks like it was kind of fitted, you know? While that's curing, I'm going to clean this up here. Where's my razor blades? I got a candle over here with a metal lid that I keep a magnet on. that I put my razor blades on. And I always tape, well, I say always, you'll see I have one over here without it, but tape the razor blade for grip, you know? And I'll never use a dull one. Well, never say never, I guess. I've gotten more cuts with dull razor blades than I have anything that has a lot of shaftness to it, so. All right, here we go, man. Starting to look like a fucking thing, huh? Oh my god, he's spooky. I don't know what kind of servo skull I'm making. I don't know if it's a hunter or whatever the fuck. For all I know, it could be a head bot, you know? It comes with a little suck device. I am here to pleasure you. $45.95, please. Sorry, only debit. I didn't really plan on getting this far, this quick. Let's find more shit to glue to it. Let's find more crap to glue to it. You know what? I want to put something on the side. Maybe we should figure out something to put back here. Let's find something to put back there. You know? Oh, look at that. Now that there's stuff on it. I got a baggie here. Oh, yeah. Remember I told you that guy gave me a big bag of figures to cut up? Here's a transformer I've used for a couple of different things. And I still have some that I haven't done anything with, like this guy. I don't even know who the fuck this is. Sound off if you know who this trash can with a heart. I never noticed there was a heart in there. I'm harvesting that fucking thing. Oh, it's got eyeballs. Okay. But it's like guts. Oh, just grind out the eyeballs. It's even got its own little... I'm glad I pulled this out. I never really gave this one much thought. Let me know. Let me know who the fuck that is. I thought about something like this on it too, you know? Like maybe even attached here. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? That might work. No, it doesn't work. What makes it not work is there's like a vent here, and it just doesn't look natural to where the vent is, so you can't fucking see. Well, I'm fucking garbage at this. I'm sorry, guys. I genuinely fucking apologize. All right. How did we have this in there? We had it like this. We had the eyeball for support, right? I have a small bag of parts. Or I should say a couple bags of small parts that we can attach to it. Ooh, this might be interesting. Dollar Tree squirt gun, but it's got some pretty interesting, you know, just cut it here and make it look less like a gun, more like a mechanical piece. Wouldn't be hard to do, the form's already there. But I would have to take that outside to cut it up. Alright, let's move this aside. I don't need to sculpt, so we need to get Jason the fuck out of here. These are Greeblies, what we're not using. Get them the fuck out of here. Oh, you know what I could do? We could chop this up and seat it inside the eyeball. And we might do that. We might do that here in a second. But let's see what we got here. And you know what? I have a whole bunch of Final Faction pieces of bits and bobs, and I don't really have much to play with in here anymore. Maybe that'll go there. No, it's too long, she said. But it's an option. Shit, there really isn't much in this baggie anymore, man. I'm going to leave this out. Oh, you know what? Is that too big or not? That might actually be perfect. I bet you if I cut that down, it would look good that way. Yeah, if I cut that down, put some styrene on it, it could go in the direction of the vent. Or maybe even better. Here, let me show you what I'm thinking. Right there. You know, that's the beauty of these things. You just kind of do it as you go. Ooh, that could definitely be something too. I mean, it looks like an eyeball. It's an old LED. I don't even think it works anymore. There are batteries in there, but who knows? Who knows how long they've been in there for? Wow, that's sad. God, so many things in that. Okie dokie, maybe we should pass on that for right now. Actually, I almost thought about putting this on it somewhere. This is from a G.I. Joe helicopter. As are these landing gears, and that's a part of it. I'm going to leave these out. I'm going to leave those two out. I've always been... Oh, can you guys tell me what this is from? It's related to the channel. Kinda, sorta. Now, do I want to do this? You know, if I cut these, actually, it would fucking seat in there perfectly. I don't know. I don't want this to get too fucking big either. Let me get that bag back. Yeah, I don't know. Just not a lot of pieces left in here. Maybe this? I just don't want it to be flat, you know? Even if we just glue one little stupid thing to it. You know what? Springs are always good to have around. Put a spring in there. All right, let's get rid of all this. Well, if it's driving you nuts, this actually was on an Odyssey 4000 Pong machine. This was underneath the knob would be right here. I cut one of those up to make that Atari 2600. Ooh, that's a nice little detail piece. We're going to keep that. I bet you I can glue that on right now somewhere. Just do one of those. Just let it go. Just do it. There we go. We're going to keep that too. Oh, man. This is from a pistol I bought for my Blade Runner blaster build that was shaped similar to it. And this thing would spin. It would make this obnoxious noise and it would spin. That actually would have made for a nice eyeball thing. Oh, man. You know, we got more skulls. I don't know who was here from the beginning, but the reason we're doing this is because I saw somebody build one of these. I was watching a playlist of this one group of individuals that had a Dollar Tree build challenge. Or Dollar Store build challenge. I think Dollar General was allowed. And they might have had a very specific dollar amount. But regardless, one of the videos made like a little Servo skull. And that's when I first discovered it. It was like, yes. I don't know anything about Warhammer. I honestly don't really care to. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. I don't know. I just find a random spot to put this on, you know? I would almost like to make it look like it's got a purpose. Actually, you know what? Because it has a hole, I'm going to wait to put this on because I'm going to use a mechanical fastener for it. That's fancy for a screw. I'm going to put a fucking screw into it. All right. What were we doing to begin with? What was I looking for? Oh, just a bunch of just random little pieces. Oh. Let me go get some Final Faction stuff, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, and I'll get to the chat when I come back. Okie dokie. Let's go here. Let me put my glasses on. This is Final Faction. We'll get into it in a second if you don't know. Hey, Cheryl, what's going on? You're very welcome. Meet me in the game room. Did you get your ugly Christmas sweater with Santa snorting white lines through the straw? No, I don't have any sweaters. And you know what? My lady's a fairly accomplished knitter. And she's like, you never fucking make your boyfriend a sweater. It's bad luck. And I'm like, well, I'm a fiance now. So what the fuck? I want a Freddy sweater. I've been begging for a Freddy sweater. She won't do it. And I wanted to make it proper with the red sleeves, you know? I don't know if anyone's noticed that. But the first movie, the sleeves were red, and then the rest of them, everything was striped. So Alan says, more. More what? Not a joke. It's real. What are we talking about? Did I miss something? Or are you responding to something I forget I even said? You have to go in the back and break a mirror. That kills the heart of Walmart. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. Oh my God. You guys are crazy. Bringing witchcraft into it. Final Faction is an action figure line that the Dollar Tree put out a handful of years ago. And the way they get away with it being so cheap was, besides child labor, I'm sure, they sell the figure with like a weapon or something like that, but then you can buy all these accessory packs for them for, you know, an additional $1. Oh, you son of a bitch, almost fell and broke. Oh, no. You motherfucker, you. You stay right the fuck there. Oh, man. If this falls and breaks at this point, I'm probably just going to go take out the neighborhood. And by that, I mean take them out for a drink. No, I don't. But you get these little accessory packs. And there's a couple of vehicles. And then you can buy the vehicle accessory packs. And, you know, Kit Basher's dream. I mean, it's cheap and you get all this. $1. You get all this. There's probably 3 pieces on here we're going to use. 1, 2, 3. We might use all this except for these stupid little V things. This, I probably won't. Oh, no. I'll definitely use this. And these are just weapons. I probably won't use any of this. I'll probably save these for other things. But regardless, I get a huge box of it in the other room. Of mostly the figures. And then this is like one of the missiles that one of the villains... They're like mech insects, I guess you would call it. But, you know, biomechanical bullshit. So let's pull some of these out. I'm thinking I'm going to use this stuff first. Because these pieces here are just going to be randomly glued on the skull. And I'm glad I brought the trash can over here. You know what? If I was making a small Dollar Tree skull, servo skull, this piece right here would be great for an arm, you know? And look, there's 2 of them in opposite configurations. Ooh, these might be something that we could just screw onto it. I should go over there and get my fucking screws. Screw you. Where's my coffee? This is the fun part, you know? And we'll just throw... You know what? No. This is like a little fan piece. That could look cool somewhere. I'll just snip that. And that's a cool looking piece. You'll get to see him better here in a minute. Where's the trash? And let's open this one. Yeah, the one that I first saw, he used this for the eyes. On his skull. Again, you got to remember that the skull he used was like that big. So this went over the eye, and this. I'm like, I have those. Actually, I've never really looked at the sculpt of this. It's mechanical, but in such a way that it looks like a rib cage. It's kind of neat. Fuck, it's got a little hole. I can just punch a hole and glue it on like that. Thanks, Final Faction. Actually, they all have that. Like, you can't tell me that's not a cool little mechanical looking piece. And I got 2 of these. Along with this guy. It looks like $1 for all of that. So right here you're looking at maybe $2.50 worth of plastic pieces. And then, you know, you got this and this. I'm thinking about cutting this up and putting it on the lower jaw. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want to... Let me bring the thing in that you're actually here to watch me make. I had 2 options for right here. I could cut this, right? And then heat up and then pinch it in so there's like a, you know, like a cup. And then fill it with epoxy putty. And let that harden. And that way I can cut in between the teeth a little bit to give them some variation. And Bob's your uncle. But now I got this fucking hole here I need to figure out what to do with. One of the things I might do with this is add this down here. And if I do that, then obviously I can't. Because there'll be nothing to glue it on. And they'll have to figure that part out. So I don't know if I want to go that far. So, what we might do, actually maybe this will be the next project. This will be the next project. Make this work somehow here. Yeah, make it work this way somehow. Actually, that's going to be sick as fuck. And then put something in here. Or maybe just get rid of this altogether, and this is the teeth now. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at that. It lines right up with those 2 dimples. Oh, this just keeps getting better and fucking better. Alright, so it looks like we might just put it right here. I don't know. Should it go over the... Tell me now. Should it go over the teeth this way? And I'm going to get rid of this big flat piece right here. Or should I just go with this and then clean up the teeth? Oh, man. So many possibilities. Let me know in the comments. Yeah. The horns and the fire. Absolutely. I've always wanted a Freddy's one. I don't know. I guess I could buy the Spirit Halloween one. But it's like, that's like a cheap, bastardized version of a sweater. I'm just cutting this right now with some snips to flatten this in case I do decide to glue this to the jaw underneath. And if I don't, and this becomes kind of a hindrance, I'll just glue something either on the top of it, or I have another one of these. I got a couple more of them, actually. There was a time whenever I went to the Dollar Tree, I would pick up a couple of these and look for the figures I didn't have, you know. I think there's like, they started making them in like a gold foil look. So I just thought, I wasn't buying variants of a Dollar Tree action figure line that they really haven't done anything with, you know. They came out with a comic, Action 1, and a couple of episodes on the website. And there's a Final Faction website with a YouTube channel, too, with videos. And they had an Instagram. They started off really strong. Really friggin' strong. And then they just kind of stopped. And I don't know why. Maybe they just found out they weren't very profitable? I don't know. But either way, I know a whole fuck ton of people that literally started their Instagram and YouTube channels using these. Whether it be collecting and photography, or using it for what I'm using it for, to build things and cut up. And Dollar Tree, get back on it, man. We want more. We want more. We want more characters. We want more story. Make it fucking happen, man. Might as well do the whole thing, right? I'm going to have to spray with adhesive, adhesion promoter. And then some fucking... And technically, adhesion promoter is also a glue, a primer. But don't ever just rely on that. Just fucking do it right. Hit it with the promoter, in this case, because it's cheap plastic. Cheap Chinese plastic. and then prime it. Use a nice plastic primer, and then like an automotive 2-part primer, or I should say filler primer. Right now I'm just kind of scraping off the legalese, the legal information, trademarks and all that stupid shit. I don't know why I'm doing that. I can just glue something in there. Just glue this in there. Bam! That's just enough. That's if I use that, right? You know, it has like little cool things like this. Like I could probably use these on like a little one. This would be a nice little arm, because some of them do have arms and stuff, because they have different functions. I don't know. That's the fucking fun of this. You never know what, who, wheres, and whens of an idea will come. Now we need to figure out what to do with the back of this. See, the problem I'm having is it's a shape that goes this way and then jots up like a vent. So I can't have anything going straight to the vent. And do I even want to do anything before cleaning this up? I should probably clean, yeah. I should probably clean up I got some putty work going on inside there from last night, before I went to bed and rested my weary head. So I have just an all-purpose 150 grit here. It's really good for this purpose. Just break off a strip like that and fold it over a couple times to give you kind of like a half circle. And then get into little tiny spots and sand away. Actually, I'm going to start up here. And here I'm just kind of sculpting it in. It's a 2-part sculpting epoxy. Here's one. This is part whatever. You have A and B, and you mix them equally by volume. It's literally just like a putty. You knead it together. And depending on what kind you have, could be 28, could be 48 hours, could be 5 minutes. If you go back to some of my older Amelia McCaw videos, you'll see I used to use a plumber's epoxy, very similar. It's exactly the same thing, it's just that stuff sets real fast. So plumbers can get in, do their fucking job, and then get the fuck out. You know, I'm also going to hit this styrene. This is a piece of styrene I just glued to the back, because it's not level. It is now. It is now. Anything going on in the chat? Second opinion. What happened to your body bone lamp? I still have it. It's down on the stairway in the front. We don't use our front door, so we use the stairway, and the bottom landing is kind of like we just put a few things there. There's a shelf down there that my lady has a bunch of crap. It's like an old computer tower down there. Fucking tempted to harvest it for parts. Hard drive fucking, you know, there's a lot of parts in there that very Star Warsy. And if you guys remember, I'm building a 1-to-1 full-size droid. There's a playlist, only a couple videos, because now that it's starting to snow and everything, I'm not really going to go out there and play around in the cold with it. But, yeah. All right. Let me just do this one, and then we'll glue something to it, okay? All right. What else we got going on here? What happened to the bones, okay? That you were making. I made it a long time ago. Or are you talking about there's two. There's one that was shaped like a coffin, Alan, and it had a skeletal rib and all this and flowers all over it, and it was holding a lantern. Or there was another one that looked like a torso that you could see the ribs, and there was fire behind the ribs, and then you could see the intestine. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the zombie body, or are you talking about the coffin skeletal thing? Because the zombie body's right behind you right now. Right behind everything I'm looking at. I can see it. And the other thing's down, the coffin thing's down the hallway. which I have to replace the switch on it. But either way, they're both still here. I have one of those giant plastic Easter eggs and a couple of other things that I might create a face hugger lamp. Remember that face hugger we made a long time ago on this channel? I need my files. Fuck. We put together a vinyl face hugger kit here a couple years back. And let me see if I can't just get in there. I want to make a lamp out of it. I want to use that as either, you know, where the bulb comes out of, or, ooh, that's really tight. The torso body. Okay, cool, yeah. No, that's right over here. I can pull it out here in a second if you'd like. It works. I wired it up and everything. If anyone buys it, I would strongly recommend LED lights only. But at this point, we should be just using that once we're using it for fucking specific accent lighting. Anyway. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, after all that, we still need to glue something to the back of this fucking thing. I mean, there's a couple of guns here. I don't know. I really don't know. So, since I have no ideas, let's see, did anyone say anything about this? The second option. That's what you said, not second opinion, second option. Please forgive me, the laptop's too far for me to read it, and even with my glasses, it's still tough to see, so. The second option was covering the teeth, Alan, correct? Like this? Or was it creating this bad Larry down here? Because I don't know if I want to keep these teeth. I don't know. I think that looks better. I think that looks fucking better. Yeah. Let me do it so you can see it. I don't know. I'll just cover the teeth. So, cover the teeth or under the jaw. That's, maybe I should have said it that way. I know these are going to go on it somewhere. I mean, instinct says they should go on the side. But I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. Because that would mean I'd have to use them both. I don't know if I want that symmetrical. I don't know if I want this symmetrical at all. I'm tortured by my own inability. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's an idea. Here's an idea. Let's clip that fucking stupid little hand off of this. Let's do that. And where's that sandpaper? All right. All right. And then what I'll do is I'll clip this little ball off. Keep the ball. You never know. Sometimes people come on this channel that need some real balls. I can offer it to them. Oh, use the teeth as my dentures. Oh. Alright, so I'm just sanding this thing here. I'm just going to put a little super glue on it. Just glue it somewhere in the back of this thing. We're just going to start playing that game of just start fucking putting things on it and let it just come together. Under the jaw. Okay. Under the jaw. Under the jaw. I think I'm just going to hide it in there, and that's going to help me with that little section. Beautiful. Beautiful. I need to go to the store and get some glue today. I go back to school tomorrow, and then it ends in March. So I need to go to the grocery store anyway to get some lunch stuff. Fuck. I might have to get a bottle of this. I thought I was going to be able to get away without it this week, but maybe not. Neat. There we go. In you go. In you go. There we go. There we go. It stuck it in there. It stuck it in there. Creep's still going. All right. You know what? These could be fucking antennas, I suppose. You know, I'm going to leave this part alone. I mean, I'm so indecisive. What the fuck? Hold on. Sounds like someone's hitting my house with a fucking ladder. I was going to say, who the fuck's out there working? The ladder, there's snow out there, you know? It's fucking snow out there. God damn it. My indecision, guys. So this should go under the jaw. Under the jaw. I got one vote for under the jaw. I love super glue, and it loves human skin. Absolutely. It's my understanding that's what super glue came from that, didn't it? I heard a rumor somewhere that it was made to be liquid bandage. And, you know, that's where we get that from. You know what? In order to get this under the jaw cleanly, which I think is the right choice, I'm going to have to go outside and grind this down with my Dremel. And I don't think we want to be doing that right now. But I think you're right. And the great thing is it's like this little vent thing on it. So I think that I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do, so I'm going to heat up underneath the teeth. And then I'm going to press this. Someone is out there working. I don't think they're working on our roof. God, this stinks so much. I'm glad I have a window open. Yeah, they're on the fucking roof. I don't know why. I don't know who. Wow, that's fucking pretty solid plastic. It ain't fucking budging. Holy shit, skis. Alright. Fuck, at the end of this, I'm going to need a new fucking lighter, too. That doesn't fucking do it. Nothing will. Oh, shit. There we go. There we go. That's going to work splendidly. Yeah. Yeah, great suggestion, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, that's fantastic. Now, we will super glue it. and then use Sneaky Pete Matite hot glue technique. Fuck, I'm almost out of glue. Actually, can you hear that? Can you guys hear the thumping above me? Actually, that made the teeth look a lot more realistic too. All right. Where is this? All right, let me just have enough glue. Let me get it in the light. Oh no, there's plenty in there. It's just fighting to come out. And there's a hole. There's a hole. Let's see. Billy O says, I love super glue in humans. Yep. No need for stitches if you have super glue. Yeah, no, exactly. Maybe it's Santa. Right? Oh, that's too much. That's too much. I can't handle that big of a load. Ah, shit. I'm going to have to glue it down here, too, so let me just... Alright. There we go. That's the great thing about gluing things up. You can sit there and practice how you're going to put it on there 1,000 times. And then when it comes time to glue it, it doesn't fit. Yeah. And the great thing is I lined up this little nipple here with the center tooth, or in between the center teeth. So. And then here I'll just put 2 screws in it. But I'm genuinely curious. Can you guys hear them up there? I don't know what the fuck they're doing. We got solar panels. Well, the landlord has solar panels up there. So I wonder if it's got something to do with that. All right. Some of that fucking leaked on the face. Shit, that's wasted glue. A lot of it leaked on the face. Oh, dang it. That's all right. Sounds like they're dancing up there. Whatever. All right, so we just put some glue in there and let it seep down into where it's connected. And because I used the heat, it's pretty sealed, so it's not going to come out the front. And that's absolutely going to secure it in there. That fucker ain't going nowhere. You know what? We might... Oh! You know what I wanted to get rid of the... That can go right fucking there. Maybe I'll trim it down just a little bit, but... I don't want to hold this up towards you too often, but... Shut up, Donald.
I have absolutely no doubt.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. But yeah. Oh, it's going to look awesome. Let's let this glue set up, though. Oh, shit, it's starting to leak this way. Let me put a little bit more in there to heat up what's just went the wrong direction. Yeah, and you know what? We'll get a couple of... No. Not a good fit. Not a good fit. I'm trying to think. Should I put screws? Well, whoever's up there is definitely speaking Spanish, so... Alright. be a shame to put this piece in here and hide it, you know? That needs to go on the skull somewhere. Maybe right here. Maybe it's the forehead piece. Maybe it's the forehead piece. Nah, it's too busy. Too busy. There we go. I'm going to let that glue set up. Let me go grab my screw jar. My fucking God. Or if I want to get fancy with it, my mechanical fasteners. My mechanical fasteners. Now here's the conundrum. I want to eventually put light into this eye. And the way it's being built now, I have no way of accessing it for batteries and stuff. So I'm probably going to have to come up with like a weird pack. In fact, I'm not going to fill this in at all until I figure that out, because there is a hole right here. There is a hole right here that I can set the thing in there. You know, and then, you know, it's just a matter of gluing it in and running a wire. But oh, what the fuck they're doing? Well, let me figure out a couple of screws for this thing. A couple of screws, and then I think next what we'll do is we'll trim this down to just this guy, and I'll get it inside there. Get it inside there. I wonder if this little plastic thing can come out temporarily. I don't know. We'll see. Where's my... Oh, will this fit in there? Yeah, it will. Oh, there it goes. It came right out. Came right out. That way I don't get any glue on it or anything. I can just pop it right back on. All right, let me pick a couple of screws here. Something that looks old-timey. Flatheads. Should I use a flathead? Wow, that's a weirdo looking nail, huh? It's a weirdo looking nail. Let's see, what do I have two of that looks very mechanical? Oh, you know, do I have two of these hex heads? They're doing something up there. All right, here we go. We're gonna go with these fucking things. And this is my most favorite part of finding the perfect screw. Fighting to get them all back together. So how's everyone's New Year going? Aside from the obvious of, you know, everything that's going on out there in the world. You know, a lot of... You know, I'm going to leave this one out for this. I bet you, yeah, that'll look awesome. That'll look great. That'll look great. Actually, that'll look a little more hardcore. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Fuck flatheads. Yeah, we'll go with a nice solid connector 5000. Well, mine hasn't really started anything yet, so aside from being angry about the situation going on wherever. Ooh. Oh, that's definitely getting used. What the fuck? I've never seen one of these before. This was in my mom's thing, which was my grandfather's at one time. It went from my grandfather to our house, which my dad, of course, took control of the toolbox. And then when he died, my mom continued its tradition. I still have it. It's an old rickety wooden toolbox that my grandfather made, God knows whenever. And all these little screws and fasteners. I mean, I've added to it too, but that's interesting. If anyone could tell me what that's called, it's basically a coned screw with a flathead bit on it. And maybe that's not even for a flathead. Maybe that's got another mechanical purpose. I don't know. All I know is my nose is itchy as fuck. And I took a Sudafed earlier. Yeah, they must be up there screwing around with the solar panels because they're using drills and shit. And yeah, that's fucking wild. That looks like something that would be on a phantasm sphere if only it was, you know, a little bit bigger. All right, the ball is back. It's only a dream. No, it's not. All right. Here's a little tip for you guys. Most of the time when you have these little hex heads, the end of your screwdriver that takes bits will fit it perfectly. I can't remember what the size is, but I'm not manly man enough to remember what the size is. And with this, we're just gonna use some brute force. You know? There we go. It's poking. Oh. I got a ratcheting screwdriver. It was in the wrong direction. That's rad. That looks rad. That looks like the right choice. That looks like the right choice. And whoever suggested to put it under the jaw, thank you. Alright, let's poke it in. Let me begin. Uncanning the screw. There we go. It's cool. That's cool. That's funny. It's not symmetrical back here, but it is in the front. That's fucking weird. I don't understand. Oh, you know what? I bet you when I screwed it in, the plastic bent. That's all right. You're not really going to see that unless you're really looking. There we are. So far. Oh, man. I'm getting excited. This is fucking rad. All right. Well, let's put this guy aside for now. And I'm going to cut this up. I think we're going to be calling it a fucking day here pretty soon. Let me see how I feel. I'm starting to get hungry. And again, I got to go to the grocery store and pick up some stuff for lunches. For school. Got a lot to do the next couple of days. It's so weird because you set up these things, right? Like in my case, school. And like they give you a date, and that date just seems like, okay, it'll eventually be here. And then like, it's hard to believe that tomorrow's a Tuesday and I'm going back. Feels like it snuck up on me and I'm in a bad mood because of it. It's going to be fun though. I fucking enjoy this shit. Alright. Now I'm banking that this is the same size as the socket on the eye that we're going to be putting it into. And I got to be very careful about how I do secure it in because eventually I might have an LED going into it from the behind. So I'm going to leave some of this flare on it. I just want to clean it up with the... I'll use the 220 here. We're going to flatten it out though. But going back to my initial question, my 2025 is going all right, I suppose. Can't really complain. Kids are still a pain in the ass. But I love them more than life itself. Someone's coming off this fucking roof. Are you fucking kidding me? It's perfect. Although I don't know if it's right. Oh, can you even see it in there? You gotta remember, it's gonna have a lens. It's gonna have a lens. Oh, you can't see the lens anyway. Yeah, no, that's right. I think that's where we're gonna go with this. I am gonna clean it up around the edges just a little bit. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a chamfer, reverse chamfer. I don't know if there's a term for that, but I'm gonna do that. So it can kind of like seed into it just right. But it it goes in. Because I want the glue on the outside. Where's my sandpaper? Here, I'll use this strip here. Hey, Justy, what's going on? Thanks for popping in. Thanks, man. We're building a servo skull. An item within a universe I know zero about. I saw somebody building one online, said, that looks cool, I want one of those. Much like when I was a kid, there was some kind of toy or a prop or something I couldn't either buy or didn't exist. I fucking made it, man. You know what? I might Dremel this one. Let me see if I can get it in there. Secure enough anyway to keep it straight. No, you know what? That was actually more than enough. That was actually more than enough. And I like it. Let me get a little bit on the inside here so the glue has something to put its little fingers on it. Chamfers are multi-directional. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. The words I was looking for so it would taper in. Much like this tapered screw. Yeah, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Question is, where do I put the glue? I think I'm going to put it here. Kind of reminds me of the... Alright, I'm not going to call it by its name. Only because I know certain platforms don't like it. But it kind of reminds... You know, I'll just say it this way. It reminds me of a Dodge Charger rim from back in the day. There's a famous orange car with a specific name to a war person. One of my favorite TV shows of all time. See what I mean? You can sit there and practice 20 times with the glue. As soon as you go to do it, it doesn't happen. All right, here we go. There we go. I'm just going to leave it be. You know what? I might sprinkle a little of this in there. For those of you just tuning in, if you sprinkle baking soda on super glue, it will solidify instantly. And it works fucking great. It's great for filler, too. It's great for filler. I think this is coming along brilliantly. And you know what I like the most about it? Is it has nothing. There is no semblance of anything that I was originally planning on doing. I started one yesterday, again, for those who came in after I told the story. And it just, I kept cutting to fit something that I was just stuck on. And that's the thing you need to remember when you're making something, is if you have an idea in your head and it's just not working out, no matter how fucking strong you really want that to happen, save it for something else later on. Just fucking... I ended up cutting the skull to a point where it was just actually... Hold on. I think I got a piece of it right fucking here. Yeah. Oh, stupid coffee. Oh, the lid was on, thank God. I mean, there's a little bit on the table, but... Yeah, see? I mean, I cut this part in half. This right here. I still had this much, but stupid coffee. Let me wipe this up. And then later on I'll get an actual wet wipe and take care of it. And the super glue keeps spilling over. Oh, you know what? Let's get rid of all this cut scrap at the same time. Excuse my sloppiness here. That's what she said. Excuse my sloppy jalopy. but it wants your long, sticky cloppy, and I don't want you to stop me until I'm done. Alright, let me put this in here. Bring that up. Lift this up a little. Jesus, I hate it when I spill a little bit. But it was really only a couple of tablespoons. Alright, so what's next? What's next? What do we do here? What do we do? What do we say? Alright, I'm cleaning this off. That's sick. I like that. I like that a lot. I can't wait to paint that. You know what we could do? We could put these... Fuck you. Put these guns on it. Oh, no. Put them right here. Will you stop being fiddly? With my diddly? Put it in there. Cut the little nipple off. Glue it right to this thing. I think I'm going to do that. And it just so happens I have two. I have two of these. I have two of them. So it will be symmetrical. And I know I said earlier I don't want it to be symmetrical. I meant like in most of the design. Jesus, this thing's getting loppy. Loppy, floppy, McJopperson. What I got going on here? Nothing. It says that there are 8 of you in here. I'm assuming you're all at work. Why you're listening to me at work is beyond. By the time my stream ends, your fucking HR is going to be calling you. Some uptight lady walked by and heard somebody say something about that's too much of a load for me to handle. That's when I was shooting the hot glue. The hot glue. I didn't do that for representation. I actually don't want this dripping on the table. Not that it's not easy enough just to, you know, bring back up. I'm going to be fucking smart. Where are my tweezers? Are they with those skeezers? My motherfucking tweezers. Oh, where are you? I guess they grew legs. They grew legs and said, I don't want to be here anymore. My snips, I always put those back in there too. I don't know, let's take a coffee break. Let's take a coffee break. I work graveyard shift. I'm coding one of my games right now. Nice, what game? Oh, can you give us like a little bit of a, oh, are you shitting me? Hold on 1 second, guys. Get the fuck out of here. Where's the laptop? Has it been locked up like that the whole fucking time? Not that it mattered. It was more about seeing the skull anyway. Seriously though, where are my needle nose pliers? They should be right fucking here. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I pushed them when I moved. I have a computer here. That's in an odd angle. Because I really want to use those to hold the guns while I glue it to the jaw. But I don't know. But maybe I should close my super glue. And, you know, I used to love working the overnights. When I was still a corrections officer, oh man, absolutely. The overnights. Where can I keep this safe? So what I'm going to end up doing to make my life easier, I'm going to hang on to this. And whatever LED I put in there, I'm going to put it in here. I'm fucking stupid. This little clear bit that was in this little black thing in the eyeball, the center here. What I'll do is I'll attach the LED to this with the wires and everything, and I'll feed it backwards and then secure it. And that way, whatever battery pack I decide to put over here. I have to go out and get some lunch stuff, so I might hit a Dollar Tree and get one of those little fake surveillance with the blinky light, or find something else with a blinky light. I do have LEDs here, but I want to use them for something else. I have this right here. It's a headlamp. It has, all the different things. There was this dude. He's got a really cool channel called Cash's Treasure, Cash Like Money, and he mainly does garbage pail stuff. Really big garbage pail guy. And I think I met him through either one of the miniature groups or Instagram, and we were trading figures back and forth. Like when do you remember the Mega Constructs? I got all the He-Man ones and all that, but they made Terminator ones, and every time he found one, he'd be like, "You want it? You want it? You want it?" And we send money back and forth and send props. Like I by accidentally got this Mighty Max Mountain play set. I purchased something from a dude on Instagram. I don't know what toy, but it was pretty sure it was Swamp Thing from the Kennel line. And he must have kept my address by accident in his little shipping log thing, because he shipped it to me. And I'm like, I'll ship it to wherever it needs to go. You just need to, give me the cash for it. And he's like, at that point, it's not even worth it to me. I already refunded the guy, just keep it. So I sent that down to Cash. He was a good dude, Cash's Treasure. But the reason I'm telling you about him is because he either did then or still does work for a company that makes these. And he sent me a whole bunch of them, which is great because we like doing the corn maze every October. And yeah, we just love doing that. So it was perfect for that. And I got like 2 or 3 more. In fact, this one came with the AAA batteries in the little bag, and it had been in the bag for so long. Those batteries, they leaked out. There was powder everywhere. But just went to the Dollar Tree and got some batteries just to make sure it works. But I want to incorporate this in it somewhere too. So I don't quite know where or how. It's probably going to be something like on there. But it's not. I'm going to open the whole thing up and then make my own like little deal with it. Maybe try to get a filtered color or something or other. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with that. But I just found another piece that I want to glue on. So we'll come back over. What do we got here? I'm working graveyard shift. Okay, we already did that. No. It just switched. Oh, okay. Just one switch into that screen. That's weird. I mean, I know it happens. It does happen, but the game I'm working on is a PAF, Paper Airplane Flyer. Oh, okay. I thought you meant patent applied for, as in the Gibson humbuckers. I have on my computer that NES Maker, and I've been watching a ton of videos and trying to figure out how to make a game. And I've said in the past that I'm going to start small and make like little ones, and then work my way, and then eventually I'm going to start creating a game. I was actually thinking about doing one based off of Falling Down. That is almost like a video game in itself, right? Can you picture an NES game? And I would call it Defense, D-E-E, and then the word fence, like out in your yard. But, no, I really want to do that E.T. game eventually. And I'm not going to say too much about it, but the game would aesthetically look like the Atari one on the surface. But once you go into a pit, it's an actual level. And then it'll look more NES. And each level will get you a new piece to the... And I'm literally going to break it down by every piece that was in the movie. Like the speaking spell and the one level's a garage, so you gotta fight off whatever, get the blade and the whatever. The tools that would have came out of there, or the basement, and then you gotta set the thing up and put it together. And then the ship will come down. You don't have to sit there and stand there and wait, and some dude will come take all your shit. It'll be a little bit more forgiving than that. But once you get down with that level, you're back on the Atari stage, and there'll be less holes, obviously. But and then you got to do something up there with it. You got to bring it to a specific thing, then go back out and find the pieces, that kind of a thing. All right, we're going to put this right here. So let me swap. Hopefully I don't have to play around with the stupid All right, you can still see me. All right, good, 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 good. So I'm going to put this right here with the ball on it. With the ball. I might still clip these off, though. Nah. Nah. That's for pussies. Ricardo, Cody, Retro Game, and hello, Atari Creep. I hope you are doing good. Yes. No. Yes. Doing amazing. I hope you're doing well as well. Thanks for popping in. I don't think I recognize your name. And if I should, I apologize. You guys got to understand I have memory issues. From head trauma. Lots of head trauma. So. And believe it or not, I don't think it's anything related to Alzheimer's. Though we do campaign for the Alzheimer's Association on this channel. I am not re-signed up for this year. We still need to complete last year's. We will be doing a stream here pretty soon. Yeah, there we go. We got some details back there. Like I said, just glue something to it that looks right. And then, keep going. And eventually something will, maybe I can attach something to here. Maybe something can hang. Maybe something can hang. These three came in a bundle, by the way, for $2.75 after taxes because Party City's closing in my area. Came in this long net, and I think I'm even going to hang some of the net from it. The netting, I should say. But, yeah. So let's get back to gluing these things on. I'm going to glue them right here. And I was originally going to use my needle nose to help me secure it. But I think I can hold it. I think I can hold it. It's fiddly, but it's not that fiddly. Man, a minute ago I'm like, I think we're done for the day for now. That's just how make and go. I haven't used one drop. Oh, no, I did. I put E6000 on this. I put E6000 on that. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to blob this. You sister's a very nice person, I'm sure. Come on, glue. I just need 2 more drops. Perfect. Tiniest little drop there. That'll do. That'll do. Let's glue you. Let's glue you. Sorry. Super glue. I choose you. Let's see. Have you ever watched the Dukes of Hazzard reunion movie that had the original cast from the TV series that made 2 reunion movies? I have. I remember watching it when it came out. This might not work. This plastic might not want to be glued up. Just going to sit back and let it do its thing. Not touch it. I remember watching it, and I don't remember enjoying it for some reason. I didn't know there was 2. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. Yeah, I like that, It's the angle of the dangle. Proportion with the heat of the meat. There we go. Perfect. Where is that other motherfucker? Right here. Alright, let's find something else to keep this from rolling. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's almost like a professional setup. It's almost like a professional setup. The glue, it is sticky. I used to eat glue. Not a goodie for the prostate. I remember the paste that we got in school. They would always come by with a ruler and slap it on a brown paper towel. Did you guys get that? That shit was yummy. I used to love eating that. And it had a nice crunchy texture. Depends on what glue we're talking about, my friend. We're using super glue. We're using hot glue. I got E6000. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right, I'm going to hold this for a minute. There we go. The E6000 is absolutely gooey. Super glue, not so much. It's just fucking a pain in the ass. I thought for sure I was going to be glued to it. Those little gray guns. All right, let's get this out of the way. I don't know why that's still out here. I probably showed it to you, that's why. I really can't wait to find a home for this bad Larry. So many cool looking parts. And that's the great thing about servo skulls. You can make them as gaudy as you want. I know it's upside down. Shut up. There you go. It looks so stupid. I can't wait to paint it up. I can't wait to paint it. Look at him. Hoy. Hoy, I'm with the Publishers Clearinghouse. Shakespeare's and the stupid Ed McMahon. Diabetes. All those guys from then. Oh, man. What? My phone just said it didn't understand that. I don't care what it understands. All right, hold on. All right. I'm just going to hold it a little bit longer because I don't trust the super glue in this plastic. But, yeah. You should use Loctite super glue. It works better than super glue. Well, I'm using Gorilla. I switch between Loctite and Gorilla depending on what I need. Gorilla super glue has a little bit more give when it comes to after it's cured. And when it comes to like pieces that could be bumped and break, it tends to have a little bit more security to it. Meaning it's not holding it really stiff. It's holding it enough to hold it on. And then some, but it also has a little bit of flexibility. That's the word I was looking for. Whereas Loctite is exactly what it sounds like. It just fucking locks it in there. Bam! You ain't going nowhere. But it's brittle. It can be very brittle. So Loctite super glue is amazing. I don't use super glue brand super glue. I don't use Band-Aid brand Band-Aids. Or Pamper brand Pampers. Ah, yeah, that's sexy. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. One of the other ideas I did have is putting these wheel-looking things. Oh God, come on! In the temples. Because they look like gears on either side. And something like this on this side. Put it like right here. Because when it's going to be on the stand, I'm going to... Hold on. We're going to get there. I'm going to lock this socket into it, and make it look like it's an actual ball and socket kind of thing. But that's got kind of a mechanical look. It's just a Tropicana cap. Pretty staple, standard maker, kit basher kind of thing. And this is actually going to hold it on the stand. So it doesn't look like a stick just hanging out. It looks like it has purpose. So, and I just don't know what I'm going to use for the stand itself. My initial idea was this thing. But this was only there because I was going to center it at the time. But I don't think putting this cockeyed would look good. Maybe it will. Maybe I can center it. But we're not even close to that section. I mean, we don't even have paint on this fucking thing. So I don't know. So I'm gonna switch over to chat. I'm gonna switch over to chat and finish up what's going on in the chat. And I think I'm gonna clean up, make myself lunch, and then go run my errands, guys. Let's see. Alan says you should Loctite. Yep, we did that. It's just fire. Hold on. Yeah, fire. Oh, you can't see the flame. Ricardo says, I think you should add bicycle reflectors and blue part, and it looks self-reflective. Actually, I don't know if you're goofing around with me because it's saying stuff like thinky. First of all, I like it. I don't know if I'll do that. I'm going to put an LED in there. Maybe I will filter it out a little bit, but the reason I picked this is because of the detail inside of it. It looks like the General Lee's. I said it anyway. It looks like that. It looks like Chrysler turbine rims. That's what they call turbine rims. But I definitely want to use this on there somewhere. 2 of them. And again, those will be mechanically fastened. Maybe there'll be like a piece going down this way. You can't see. You know, I don't know. There is a hole right here, or at least a spot for a hole, for where they would have attached a jaw to this if this was a full skull that they sold, but instead it was a 3-pack like this. Maybe I'll just screw them right here or something, you know? Yeah, that actually looks pretty good like that. I don't know. We'll see. All I know is my nose is itchy. I'm sick of looking at this mess, and I want to clean it up. And, yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out today. I genuinely, actually, no. No, this is going to go in that hole. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Update. Hold on. Breaking news. We're not going to stop. Why are we going to stop? Look, the dimple for where the jaw would have gotten screwed in is there. The nipple on this thing is perfect for it. And look at that. And it just so happens that there's 2. This has like a little vent thing on the bottom, so this could be what actually elevates it or makes it hover. Yeah, boy! I got an itchy nose. You know what the best part about this is? All I have to do is poke this with my X-Acto blade, which oddly enough we haven't fucking even brought out yet. Give me the knife back! Alright. And then give it a good spin. Alright, poke and spin. Alright. Oh, yeah. I put sandpaper in my little... I have this recycling can that I keep all my pens and my X-Acto blades. I got a sword. I think I'm just going to go hot glue with this cocksucker. Alright, let me put this down. We got to give it something to grab onto. But yeah, hey, what's going on? Howard Allen, always with the Van Halen guitar and the Amico shirt. I'm not afraid to say that word. I personally don't care anymore. Oh. All right. What the shit? Okay. You know what? Because I know I'll forget. I'm just going to tooth up this side. You know, if my mama saw this, she'd be fucking proud of me. She would have said, Christopher, that's the goodest, the gooderest. You're so good. You're special. Special ed, maybe. Oh, yeah, boy. Bass. How low can you go? Death row? brother know once again I'm back, the incredible rhyme animal. So the glue will go in the hole with the peg, and there'll be enough on the outside to hold the fucker on there. And you know what? I'm so confident in how secure that is. I'm not even gonna wait for the glue to set up. To flip it over and do the other side. I gotta fuck. I gotta tooth this piece up. Man. Yeah, the EVH is probably the meanest sounding thing I've ever built. Dude, what did you use for a pickup on that? Curious. If you already told me, I apologize, but what'd you use for a pickup on that? I wishly the Amico came out. Such a fun game, it seems. I'm sorry. My English is not so good. No, it's fine, man. I dig it. I fucking dig it. I wasn't picking on you. I hope you don't think so. But I do have douchebags that'll come over here. Hopefully that word translates. Douchebag. Jerks. That come over here, and it's kind of sick, actually. It's kind of sick that some of these people are still so locked onto that thing. Oh, well. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a little luckier than most in the whole scenario, but I don't know. It's a fucking sad story all the way around, you know? So people just need to fucking move on. Move on. I mean, still continue to try to get what you need to get from it, but meaning if you still have something locked into it, by all means, but all right. Oh no, why is this side not cooperating as well? Oh, I know why. Because the skull's a different shape and there's a spot here that could use a little glue. You see that, how it just kind of held it for me? Look at that. Oh, you can't see it. Ah! Well, it's hanging on by a thread of hot glue. The skull was holding on to it. Alright, let me make sure these are facing somewhat the same direction. Because again, even these little holes aren't symmetrical. But I don't care. I just wanted to go with it. Dude, that's so clean. Look at that. That's sick as fuck. Right here. Right here. Right here. And you know what? This right here, circumference, is the most perfectest amount for this coil I have here, this wire loom. I'm going to stick it in here and have a couple coming down, connected to something. I also have a bunch of cable that's going to come out of, maybe out in here. Maybe I'll have it come out in here. You know, but I'll have that loom on these and it'll come out and attach to something and... Fuck yeah. Oh my god, with the fucking ladder already. I'm going to fucking push it over. God damn, these people doing their fucking jobs, right? Let's see. Yeah, the EVH. Okay, let's see. It's okay. It's a Dino Bite, I think. I can't say that from here. Pickup from Japan. Okay, man. The only one that might ever sound meaner too. It does. It sounds great. Where'd you get something like that? I have my eye on the prize. I want a Japanese late 80s Ibanez. Probably an RG 550. I had a blue one. It was an 88, 89. I took a screwdriver and put holes in it. It had a cool look to it. It really did. Wow, yeah, that looks great. I mean, I know with the camera you're not going to be able to see it too well. But, like, just a little accent of having this thing here, you know? And this one over here. Just adds a little more interest, you know? It's one of those things that you probably won't notice once everything's together. But you would definitely notice something wasn't there. You know, I got a sneaky Pete McGee, some more glue inside. Here we go. And what that is, for anyone who came in later, is Let the glue slip in there. Fucking doorbell. I'm going to have to go down there and yell. Alright, get a little bit more over here. Alright, we'll just let that firm up. You ever watch the Comedy Central TV? First of all, no, I didn't watch a lot of Comedy Central special. It was made all mad with puppets. And one of the puppets' name was Special Ed. No, I don't recall that because I'm not a TV guy. I never really got into the TV. Yeah, I don't know. I can't just watch TV. I never could. Movies I can watch all day long. You know, every now and again a program. Like, lately we've been watching, like, The Mandalorian. I love The Mandalorian. Stuff like that. We've been watching Skeleton Crew, and I'm not feeling it. In fact, we still have those last 2 episodes to get through. And was there a new one tomorrow coming out? So, yeah, I don't know. Sorry. I'm wondering if someone's going to come upstairs and knock on the door after hitting the doorbell a couple times. I know who it is. I just can't break away to it, so. And I don't think there's a fire. So let's have a final look at it. Fucking God. All right, guys, hold on 1 second. Hold on. I gotta deal with this. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it off right there. I guess the power company is here and they're working on something, so I do need to move the car. And I was going to clean up now anyhow. I might come back on later on. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I ordered it off of eBay. Okay, right on, man. So, guys, have a great afternoon. And, yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're all doing well. Let me go fucking deal with this.